Morah Jenny here from Musical Theater Hoog. How are you? So I hope you've had a great Passover. I'm here this week to kind of shift our focus to talking about Israel. On May 14th, we will be celebrating Israel Independence Day, Yom HaAtzmaut. And I just want to give you some background about the history of Israel. So it really wasn't founded too long ago. In May of 1948, Israel declared its independence as a state and a country, and Ben-Gurion signed Israel's independence letter. And just to put in perspective, maybe 1948 feels like it was really long ago. My dad was born in 1948. He's 71 now, so just interesting fact. So we're looking at Israel's Independence Day, and I don't know about you, but I've been watching a lot of different videos on Facebook and Instagram of people taking musical theater songs, doing basically what we're doing. I can even maybe have Amir put a link to one in the video that he sends you guys, but lots of people have been doing what we're doing and kind of rewriting songs to be about the quarantine or different, aspects of isolation. And so this week, what I want you to do, and I'm going to give you a couple examples, but what I would like you to do is to take a musical theater song and rewrite it so that it is in some way about Israel. So you could, if you have a family member who's from Israel, you could ask them questions about what it's like to be in Israel. If you've ever traveled there, you could write about an Israeli historical figure. You could write about a place in Israel like the Dead Sea or the Golan Heights or Haifa or Eilat. You could write about, a different city. You could write about somebody who you like, who's Israeli, like a pop star or somebody. You could write about an Israeli food or Israeli foods in general. Get creative, make it fun. People are doing such amazing things on the internet. And I'm going to show you two ideas that I have. So I'm going to do two different videos. One of them, I think the first one I'm going to shoot is going to be about Israeli foods. And let me just pause here and I'll get my little aids and we'll talk about some Israeli foods. Hi, I'm back. So before we go into Israeli foods, I kind of wanted to show you on a map where Israel is. So here is the state of Israel. I'm going to kind of zoom you in so you can see that. This is the state of Israel. And to show you where it is, here is Africa, right? So here's a map of Africa. And right up here, kind of in this little section, is Israel up here. So I'm going to zoom you in on that little section right here. So here's Egypt right here, and here is Israel. It's not a very large country. It's quite small. I think, I can't remember which state it is, but it's about the size of one of the United States. But anyways, okay. So now I'm going to shift my focus to Israeli food. So for me, my exposure to Israeli food, I went to Israel on Birthright in 2010, 2009, a while ago. And we had all different kinds of foods. Like we had this one dish called shakshuka, which maybe you've heard of, but maybe not. It's a dish that kind of looks like this. And it's got tomatoes and eggs, and you can eat it for breakfast or lunch or dinner. And my friend, her dad's Israeli, and when I would go over to her house, he would sometimes make this for breakfast. Also Israeli food, they've got, a lot of falafel. This is, unfortunately, I would use props in the video that I'm going to shoot later, but it's Passover, so I can't use like pita bread or breaded chicken of any kind or anything like that. But, Israeli food, they have like hummus, they have like a cucumber. They just call this salad, like a cucumber Israeli salad. They've got falafel. In Israel, they call French fries chips, which they also do in England. They've got those peanut butter bomba snacks. They've got schnitzel, which is like a fried kind of chicken dish. It's like chicken nuggets, but extra crispy. And there's a big debate in Israel about what's better, hummus or tahina, which is, they're both, so hummus is made from garbanzo beans and tahina is made from sesame seeds. and you kind of dip your pita or your challah in it, and Israelis are very fond of hummus and tahina and baba ganoush. I worked at a summer camp last summer, and a lot of the other counselors were Israeli, so I was exposed to them talking about lots of different foods. They also, they like Nescafe, powdered coffee. Obviously, this isn't true for all Israelis. These are just like stereotypes of foods that Israelis like, whereas, you know, maybe people would say that Americans like hamburgers and avocado toast. You know, it's kind of a stereotype about the kinds of food that Israelis like. So for my first song, I am going to take the song Be Our Guest from Beauty and the Beast, and I'm going to make it about Israeli food. So I will show you that in a moment. Okay, so Beauty and the Beast song about Israeli food coming at you. I have my lyrics in my hand. I've written a lot of lyrics this week, so please bear with me. Hopefully you like it. Yeladim, Yeladim, it is with Hebrew pride, Israeli pleasure that I teach you from my house. So I invite you to relax, maybe pull up a chair, as Musical Theater Hook presents Israel's Cuisine. It's the best. It's the best. When in Israel, you'll feel blessed. You'll eat all the best food there, honey. Your taste buds will effervesce. Shakshuka, bamba snacks, you'll just keep on coming back. Try the hummus, it's amazing. Baba ganoush, you're salivating. And French fries, they call chips. They're delicious, so whatever sticks. And the falafel there is never second best. Go on and stuff your pita with extra tahina. It's the best, it's the best, it's the best. Nescafe, burekas, crispy schnitzel, or shawarma. When you're there, you're sure to try so many flavors. It's so fun. Hi, I'm back. So now I just want to set up my second song, which I'm doing about a place in Israel. So again, back when I went to Israel in 2010, 2009, we spent this one night where we slept in the desert, and we slept in kind of a Bedouin tent. It was like we slept on the floor in sleeping bags, and there were camels nearby. We rode camels, and then the next morning we got up at like 4 or 5 in the morning, and I was so tired. I didn't have time to get ready or do anything. We just like got up and we hiked up this mountain called Masada to see the sunrise, which was very beautiful. So I'm going to show you some pictures of Masada. So this is what Masada looks like. It's a really tall mountain. And at the top of Masada, right here, there's a fortress that the Jews had built up here. And it was invaded by the Romans at some point in history. And a lot of Jews, you know, fought a battle up here. And, you know, there's a lot of historical things that kind of happen on this mountain. So it's a really cool site. I'm going to show you another angle, and it's a really long hike to get to the top of Masada. I can't remember exactly how long it took, but let me tell you, it was uphill. It was very hot. Even in December in Israel, it was like 90 to 100 degrees. It was very hot. And so I'm changing the lyrics of my song to be about Masada and not enjoying the hiking part of Masada. So the song that I'm taking for the Masada portion is part of the song Maria from West Side Story. And in the musical West Side Story, Maria, Tony is singing about this girl named Maria who he just met, and he's so in love with her, and he keeps repeating her name over and over again because he just wants to hear the name come out of his mouth, because he just can't believe how much he loves her and how obsessed with her he is. And so if I was doing that song very seriously, playing Tony and singing about Maria, I would really personalize it and think about what it feels like to just be in love with somebody at the beginning of a relationship. Now I'm engaged, so maybe I would think about how I felt at the beginning of realizing that I was in love with my fiance, Jeff. That's maybe what I would do. But I'm changing the song to make it about how it was very difficult for me to climb up the mountain of Masada, and I wanted to quit a bunch of times because it was hard. So I'm going to take those feelings and I'm going to instead channel those feelings kind of in a comedic way to make it about hiking up a hill. So I recommend if you're going to do a video like this, like bring in props, bring in whatever you got. Like I said, for my other one, if I had pita and hummus and all that stuff, I would probably use it. But yeah, get creative with it. I want to see what you do. And there's so many great parodies. You can post it on the internet, on YouTube. You can send them to me. Just really like personalize it to your experience. So again, to recap the assignment, take some aspect of Israel, take like a person, a place, an object, a food, some part of what Israel means to you, and put it into a musical theater song and make it your own. Okay? I can't wait to see what you come up with. Thank you. The most difficult hike I ever did. Masada, 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 Masada. Just thinking about it now, I can feel the red dirt. Masada, 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 Masada. I hiked to the top of Masada. We hiked up the long way. It was an awful day for me. Masada. I woke up at 4 for Masada. We slept in Bedouin tents near camels, smelly as they could be. Masada. 'Twas so early, my dark circles were setting. It was dark, and yet still I was sweating. Masada, I climbed you for hours, Masada. Masada, 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 Masada. Masada, Masada. Masada was worth it, the climbing. Masada.